I am quite the fan of Rumble and Frenzy, or Frenzy and Rumble, whichever way you prefer. Me personally, I feel like the names are interchangeable. When referencing the original G1 toys, the red one is Rumble and the blue one is Frenzy. But when referencing the characters, as they are portrayed in the cartoon, I switch it. Me personally, I kind of prefer, Frenzy being red and Rumble being blue, because I've explained it before, Rumble's kind of like a lower tone kind of blah, and I kind of associate that more with blue, and Frenzy's kind of fast and, energetic and anxious and everything, and that's kind of more red to me anyway. But yeah, I've always enjoyed Rumble and Frenzy. I will probably interchange their names and everything in this video. But even though we have all of my Rumbles and Frenzies here, just for the sake of some nice background, this is actually not the topic of today's video. Today's video is talking about the Rumble and Frenzy set I have wanted more than any other Rumble and Frenzy set. I finally went on eBay and just decided to get them. They're a little bit more expensive, but not too much. I would say I paid about like modern deluxe price for each one, so with that logic, I was kind of able to justify it. Thank you for your business. You're so welcome. Even though I'm not sure why you shipped Transformers in a bubble envelope, I'll still forgive it. All right, let's see. Let's open these up. Take a little look-ski at the Transformers United Rumble and Frenzy 2-pack. So, this 2-pack has a bit of a story, a bit of a lore. So I believe it was around the Hunt for the Decepticons era. These guys were supposed to get standard Scout class releases stateside, and they never did. These are basically old school Scout class, and I love collecting these from old school Scout class, and I never have gotten these molds. And I love Rumble and Frenzy. I really, really do. And I'm very excited to have these. These perhaps may become my favorite iterations of the characters I have in my collection, because these are looking incredible. I love these tank modes. Look at these tanks. They are looking really, really cool. I love how these turrets seem to be on ball joints. I've literally just opened these up, so I have no prior knowledge of how these work, of what's really going on here. So I'm really excited to discover these toys in this video. But yeah, I'm going to call the blue one Rumble and the red one Frenzy several times in this video, because that's what my brain has been wired to do, because I know these characters best from the cartoon. But for these toys, the red one is Rumble and the blue one is Frenzy. That is how they were named in the Transformers United line. These guys actually did get a re-release as well in the Transformers Adventure line, which, if you're not familiar, Transformers Adventure is actually the Japanese equivalent of RID 2015. So it's kind of interesting that these guys also got an RID 2015 release, even though I don't think they were in that show at all. But anyway, these guys turned into very, very awesome little tanks. Like, look at these little tanks. These are by far the best non-cassette modes that I think Rumble and Frenzy have ever received. They look convincing. They look good. These are incredible alt modes. Now, one cool thing is, obviously, they're still very square, which is nice. I don't think there's any sound wave these could ever fit inside, but still, it's kind of nice that they are still kind of that square shape and everything. If you really wanted to pretend, you could just say, oh, they're cassettes, but with little turrets on them. I don't know if you can remove these turrets. Probably not. I'm not even going to try. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, I love the decos on these. It's got some nice silvers and everything. Obviously, the blue one here is one of my favorites, because I'm a sucker for two-tone blue. I'm loving all the blues and everything going on here. But the red is also very, very cool. I'm loving the look of this one. They do seem to be able to roll with tiny little wheels, even though it does seem like there's, the legs on the bottom that might be kind of getting in the way of that. Because those are very obviously going to be the robot legs. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they roll the greatest. But still, not bad, not bad. One thing I'm curious about is if these guys are going to be some of the larger interpretations of the characters. Because out of all of my pairings, the largest are the Combiner Wars ones. So I wonder if these guys are actually going to end up being a little bigger. Well, I guess we should start transforming them, seeing how the robot modes end up. Let's transform the blue one, because he's my favorite. Alright, so I'm just going to start, peeling him apart here and seeing what's happening. So very clearly, these are going to be the arms. I can already tell these are going to be the arms. Looking neat. It does seem like he still has, the pile drivers, obviously, Oh, they're spring-loaded! That's sick! Oh, the silver's the button. Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Okay, that's cool. I really like that. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, these are the normal arms right here. So this is the normal arm. Because you can see the hand right there. Seems like it's going to have to swivel or something. We'll get there, we'll get there. Alright. Guess we can fold the feet down. He's got these very interesting little feet, because his feet almost look like little scoops. He's got these feet that look like very little scoops. Alright. So it seems like for the standard arm, I'm going to want to rotate that. There we go. This is the standard arm, I believe. I don't know if the tread does anything. I don't think so. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, I think we want to rotate. Oh my gosh. Remember, I'm discovering this toy along with you guys. I'm discovering it with you. Alright, almost done. Let's raise the shoulders again. We can move the pile drivers to be along the back of the arms. And then there we go. There is my little Rumble Boy, or Frenzy, if you swing that way, in the robot mode. I'm pretty sure this is correct. I will do a jump cut. I will double check if I've missed anything, and I will have transformed the red one. Alright, and here's the United Rumble and Frenzy in their robot modes. Pretty much the only thing I think I got wrong is that the backpack, you want to just rotate the cannons. You don't want to rotate the entire thing. But I guess it's also kind of up to personal preference, but I think it does look better in this actual proper configuration. And yeah, these guys are absolutely awesome. These are definitely, I can already tell you, my favorite Rumble and Frenzy set. I love it when they're just not little cassette rectangle boys. I like it when they actually do something different and unique. And I'm so heartbroken that these guys were canceled in the US. These guys never got a stateside release, ever. So I'm very happy to finally add these guys to my collection. They're definitely up there among some of my favorite iterations of Rumble and Frenzy. They're my personal favorite, I think, already. But there's obviously a lot that I have. Obviously, they're all in the background. But yeah, like, just looking at this bot mode, dude. Just looks so great. I love all the paint on it. Again, I love the feet. I think the feet look really, really cool. The chest has some nice gold, coppery look to it. And then, of course, these are, like, the standard arms. Interestingly, he kind of has, like, a double-jointed elbow, which is kind of fascinating. But, yeah, he got good articulation as well. You know, he looks the part. I love the head sculpts on these. Like, just looking at the head sculpt, that's just such a classic robot head. I love the face and everything, the visor. It just looks so cool. Then looking at his bro, it also just looks very, very nice and impressive. His bro also has the same awesome detailing all throughout. I actually kind of like the hollow legs. Something about that actually is kind of cool, seeing that little light shining through the legs. Yeah, these are absolute winners. Alrighty, going over articulation, head's on a ball joint. The shoulders kind of have a drop down, but that is pretty much for transformation. I accidentally triggered the pile driver. Shoulders are on ball joints. Like I already showed, the biceps kind of are on a swivel with the transformation, as well as kind of on a double hinge, again, also kind of for transformation. The waist can kind of move forward, again, for transformation. He has ball joints at the hips, ball joints at the knees, and then he has, like, this really nice forward ankle. And I guess he kind of has, like, a heel joint that might come in handy. But yeah, the articulation on these seem very, very good. For gimmicks, I'm pretty sure you can remove these. Yeah, they're on those C-clips that we're all familiar with from back in the day. And you can C-clip these onto the arm if you want, but I think I'm just going to keep them on the back. And I'm sure you've heard them go off a couple times, but they do have the pile drivers. We can just move these up onto the shoulders, and now it looks like Ultra Magnus. We can go ahead and rotate the arms, and then that just folds down his normal arm and just kind of hides down there. And then he's got the pile drivers. And you kind of have elbow articulation with the pile drivers as well, which is actually super, super cool. I love that. And, of course, push the button, and they will pile drive. Love it. And with that, let's pull from all these Rumbles and Frenzies in the back and get some comparisons going. Starting off with G1, I do think the G1 set is one of the nicest looking Rumble and Frenzy sets. I love the chrome, I love all the stickers. I really do enjoy these, but obviously they're vintage. They actually have a lot of nice articulation for being little, you know, cassette boys. I really do like the G1s. Probably my worst Rumble and Frenzy set is the Fall of Cybertron data disc ones. They're just really weird. They've always been really awkward. They're spring-loaded. The only articulation's in the shoulders. They're not bad. I think they're actually my very first Rumble and Frenzy set. But they're obviously very, very dated. Looks like I can confirm these guys are ever so slightly bigger than that old Combiner Wars set. I really do like the Combiner Wars ones. I do think they look very, very cool. They do have the built-in pile drivers, which I appreciate, but they're a little bit more awkward looking, if you ask me. And personally, I think I just am really missing those cannons in the back and everything. I definitely prefer these Scout class ones. The Studio Series 86 ones, I feel like these are the definitive G1 Rumble and Frenzy figures. The only thing they're really missing is shoulder articulation. But again, they do have, non-built-in pile drivers, but how are you going to do that for an actual G1 version? I really do like these. These are still going to be my main shelf Rumble and Frenzy. They're the definitives, obviously, but I don't think they're my favorite. It's funny, when the Studio Series ones came out, I thought they were just, redos of these little Siege ones, but they are so much better than these little Siege ones. These guys are just very basic, very fat looking. I've never been the biggest fan of them. I never even considered them to be replacements for my Combiner Wars ones until the Studio Series came around. These are probably like my second least favorite. And last and definitely not least, we can't forget about Masterpiece. I definitely think Masterpiece dropped the ball when it comes to some of the engineering here, because for whatever ungodly reason, you can't really move their hips forward at all. I don't know if that's just a misassembly or just absolutely asinine design engineering. But yeah, you can't move their hips forward. There's like a piece of plastic that's blocking them. But these are honestly the nicest looking G1 Rumble and Frenzy that I have in my collection. At least when it comes to kind of being more cartoon accurate. I really do enjoy the looks of these. And with that, we add the Transformers United from Takara Tomy Rumble and Frenzy to my Rumble and Frenzy collection. I really do enjoy Rumble and Frenzy. As a big Soundwave fan, you gotta have Rumble and Frenzy alongside Soundwave. I really, really enjoy this pairing. They're my favorite of the, Cassetticons. Of course, I love Laserbeak. I love Ravage. But I think Rumble and Frenzy have always been and always will be my favorite pairing when it comes to the boys. And there we go. That's pretty much it. There's my look at the Rumble and Frenzy from Transformers United. I was happy to finally get these and add them in my collection. It was fun to do a little unboxing and kind of get some first impressions, and also to show off my Rumble and Frenzy collection while I'm at it. Now, these aren't all of my Rumbles and Frenzies. These are all of my pairings for them. I have the Alternators Frenzy, the red one, or Rumble, I don't remember what they called them. I have the Alternators one. They never did the blue one. I have the Transformers Prime Rumble. Takara did the red one. I'd love to get that someday, but I do not have that. I have a little, Robot Heroes, I believe, Frenzy, the red one. Don't have a pairing for that. So hopefully maybe someday I'll be able to match up some of those pairings, except Alternators. That's a lost cause. I don't think there was ever a blue one. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about these down in the comments below. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.